Guys, I just got off a Telegram chat with an Eatbook producer. He challenged me to make and master drum rolls. Xiaolongbao. You know how hard xiaolongbao is? You know how many years Ding Tai Fung chefs trained to make the 18 to 22 creases of xiaolongbao or not? Years But I don't like losing. I'm gonna master xiaolongbao in 1 week. I think saying it more confidently will make it happen more. So I am going to master xiaolongbao in 1 week. Alright, I'm on my research table now, and the first thing I did was to just go to Wikipedia, right, and find out what makes a xiaolongbao. And then when I look at the ingredients portion, they were saying that what is leavening of flour skin? I don't know! This is what real research looks like, okay? One tap. I've just watched this video of a guy who learned to make xiaolongbao from a restaurant and a chef. He managed to do it in 1 day, and the chef says that it turned out good. I'm a bit jealous right now because I don't have the luxury of meeting an actual chef, right, and asking him like, oh, so how do you do the creases? So I'm just gonna wing it lah. The hardest part for me right now is to imagine how am I going to get those 18 to 22 folds. I think I'm gonna try it out on a piece of paper first. And this is what I've got. I didn't count the number of folds because I was just trying to get the action right. But this looks right enough. I'm back home with all my ingredients kept in that fridge over there. And to start things off, we will be doing the broth that you find inside that xiaolongbao first. Because the usual xiaolongbao that we all eat before, right, it always has that very nice aftertaste. The only way that I can recreate this, right, is to use bacon in the stock. So I'm gonna fry up this bacon, get the oil all rendered out before adding the stock in and the rest of the aromatics. This is how the stock looks like right now with spring onions, ginger. My gelatin has bloomed and pouring in the gelatin. I'm going to leave it to boil, and after it boils, then we can get it out to set on a baking tray. For the easiest part of the whole process, the marinade, I've already got my ginger and spring onions. You know how sometimes people ask you how much to put what? It's just agar-agar, to be honest. See, this is shaoxing chill. I'm just gonna... Okay, yes, I think that's enough. Sesame oil, light soya sauce, pepper, and salt. Now everything is inside. I'm just gonna give it a good stir. Suki, don't look at the meat like that. It's not for you. No, Suki, finger down. Good boy. My marinated pork is done. Into the fridge. Right on top of that gelatin mixture. This is the part that I hate the most. There's a combination between bread flour and all-purpose flour over here, and a cup of water. So, to make the dough, I'm just gonna slowly add the water. Okay, it looks like this now, if you want to see. It looks like this. A little hard, not very elastic yet. I just added a bit of water inside. Now this is the final form of the dough. I'm just gonna let it rest. Let's see whether it is moldable later on.
1 hour later.
Okay, here's the dough. It is supposed to be springy. 3, 2, 1. Nice! Do you see how it bounced back? This is the gelatin. After opening it, it looks like a sheet of soup with a bit of cut bits in it, and I suspect those might come from the bacon. And then my meat, it smells like it really. It smells like what xiaolongbao would smell like. Wait a second. I wanted to buy pig skin and pork fat to add to the broth to make it a bit more creamy and having that porky taste, right? I didn't add it in! I forgot! I left it in the freezer! Here's my first attempt for the meat. Oh my goodness, can you guys see? That much liquid has came out from the gelatin. Okay, the meat tastes fine. The broth is fine also. It's just a little bit too salty for my liking. The next most challenging component will be the skin, which is what I'm dreading the most lah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna roll this into a log and then portion from there. Guys, the pleating really turned out to be a disaster. It looks like this. It's like I didn't even try, but I really did. A little better, than the past few attempts. One thing that I'm struggling with is the whole closing of the top. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, the pleats are there, but it looks so funky. The pleats are coming around better, but there's always this one part that it becomes a bit thicker than the rest. You see, like this part also becomes thicker than the rest. I don't know how many attempts is this really, but it looks like this right now. It's not very chill lah. There's this bulge coming out here. I don't know what's this bulge. I don't know what happened, but it looked a lot better now. It's starting to look more and more like a xiao long bao now. My mom and YouTube says is that the wrapper must be as round as possible, and that when you fold, right, the edges must all be on equal length. Clark, I don't know what attempt is this anymore, but I am quite happy with this, except this part. I'll probably give this a 7. For real, this is the xiao long bao that I will try to cook up first. If this works, I'm gonna be a xiao long bao making machine tonight, man. Look at this. Can you count the folds? 1, 2, 3, 70. I don't know. I don't know how many you want to count this, but it looks good. I'm happy. Okay, there's a part of me that is very excited to see how it turns out. Then there's the other side of me that feels that this feels like a all-in thing It looks so cute! And then there's a tiny one beside it. Alright, Ma, nah, you can try it now. Let's hope the soup comes out nicely.
Oh
yeah. Okay, brother. First attempt.
Okay, it's pretty good so far.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty good. The skin just a bit too thick.
The skin is a bit too thick. One thing that I got back from my mom, sis and bro is that I never put enough soup inside the xiao long bao. Now that I got the folds a bit better and the whole rolling motion, tomorrow will be just making and trying to put more soup inside the xiao long bao. I realized that yesterday my dough was a bit hard. It wasn't as soft as I expected it. I've already prepared another set of gelatin right here. What I did differently is that I froze it so that it gets to shatter like this. And I'm not gonna add it inside my meat. I'm just gonna pack it separately so I know how much soup there is or there isn't. If you guys are interested to see how thin I am rolling this, right, you can literally look through it. And that's how thin I got it really. A bit more gelatin and meat more in case people cannot taste it. Okay, this is where the hard part comes in. Let's go fast. I guess attempt number 2 started off with a good sign. I have been pleating it a bit unevenly. So some pleats are thicker and some pleats are just a lot tinier. How I hope this challenge will turn out is that I managed to make at least 4 xiao long baos that are close to 70% of Din Tai Fung standard. Hey, it all leaked out! Never mind. This is only attempt number 2. I scooped this up, lifted it up. No soup. But it tastes so good, the meat. I've rolled the edges a bit thinner and the center of the pastry a bit thicker. So I hope everything stays in place and holds. 18 rolls, looking decent, nothing exploding. I finally pleated everything nicely. This is one of the smoothest attempts really.
Just then.
I thought this was my best attempt really, but you see how much liquid leaked out? Guys, look! Oh my god! So much soup! Attempt 3 worked a bit lah. You look at how much soup there is. Finally, after 3 attempts and I don't know, maybe like 12 xiao long baos later, one of it succeeded. I'm gonna replicate this success for attempt number 4. Okay, everything looks quite chill actually lah. So I'm having high hopes for this. It burst again! Okay, this looks promising lah. Oh yeah! It's 1 out of 4 again. What that means is attempt number 5! I made 5 of it. Yeah, one of it has already split. So I made one more just in case. Looks like everything is leaking, but let's check it out one by one. Okay, number 1. It's just a bit of soup. It's not much. Number 2. It's the same amount of soup. Anybody want?
Me.
Oh my goodness, number 3 didn't even. Number 4. Same it's the same amount as just now. Hi guys. I'm back in my room. I suspect that what went wrong today was the lack of the gelatin soup. I have to get another batch of soup tomorrow. I got the taste there. I got the pleats right. Right now I just need to get that soup inside my xiaolongbao and it'll be perfect. Morning! This is probably gonna be my last attempt at making xiaolongbao. Look at my setup. So that's the skin, those two cubes are gelatin and the minced meat. Wow. You know I'm recording you, right? So you pretend to be so handsome, right? I just hope that the skin isn't too thin that the soup will burst out. I just took it out of the steamer, right? Only one of them leaked and the rest of it stayed intact. I am really very excited right now because I've never thought how well this could go since the start of the challenge. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the one that looks the most promising. Why just not so much soup? Like now no soup ah? Why not so much soup only? So it just came out like that. It looks so promising eh. Last one. Last one also had... I don't know what to say eh. I thought I did everything correct really. And then there's just no soup. There's just no soup. Why is there no soup? I put in gelatin a lot already yeah. There's this one that I'm really confident about. I'm just gonna pop this into the steamer without anything else. And hopefully it works. I think the challenge of this is not to make 4 proper xiaolongbaos anymore, but to show you guys that it is possible to make xiaolongbao at home. This is how much dough I use. I wasted already. The glorious attempt. You can see it's really leaking a bit, but I hope there's still soup inside. Soup! Yes! There's a lot of soup inside the xiaolongbao. I put my ginger, I put my vinegar already. I think it's time for a reward lah. It's the taste of hard work. I'm done! I'm done with the challenge! I am back where I started. I've never felt more satisfied with myself than throughout this entire challenge. I took close to 4 days with this challenge. Trying to crack the code of the gelatin it has never been harder. Make sure you don't overcook it, that's one thing. The second thing is you make sure that the heat don't overexpand your xiaolongbao skin and cause it to rupture. Which happens to me one too many times already lah. I think some things that I've learned through this challenge is that it is okay to say that you have failed. I started from trying to make 4 xiaolongbao that works right, to in the end making 1 as the final challenge with that thick amount of soup. Oh, I'm quite happy with that already. When you're trying to make the recipe yourself, you gotta be open to correcting your recipe, you gotta be open to tweaking the initial recipe. Not everything in theory is always correct and will always work. So that's all from me and my xiaolongbao journey. I'm probably gonna try it out a couple more times at home and post it on my IG also. Hopefully nobody shame me for that. The producer will put my recipe in the description box down below. And if you happen to try the recipe and you didn't fail as bad as I did, be sure to tag Eatbook SG on Instagram as well. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Eatbook Vlogs. If you have other dishes that you want us to try, you can comment down in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, you can watch more of our videos over there. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye!